see all of you today. Can you repeat after me? I choose joy.
I choose joy.
All right, let's do it one more time. I choose joy. All right, here we go. Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like the song that never stops. Feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones. Yes, before my heart turns into stone. So somebody please pass the megaphone. I'll shout it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me the strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. All hear my prayer tonight. If this is do or die, then come to make a choice. And I choose joy. Let it move you. Let it move you. Let it move you. Yeah, I choose joy. Let it move you. Oh, let it move you. Let it move you. Yeah, back when I was younger, my eyes were full of life. But now that I am older, I live at the speed of light. Feels like the cycle never stops. Feels like it's never gonna get that fire back in my bones. Before my heart turns into stone. So somebody please pass the megaphone. Oh, I shout it on the count of 3. 2, 3. All hear my prayer tonight. I'm singing to the sky. Give me the strength to raise my voice. Let me testify. All hear my prayer tonight. 'Cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice. And I choose joy. Let it move you. Let it move you. Oh, let it move you. Yeah, I choose joy. Let it move you. Oh, let it move you. Let it move you. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of night, oh, with you by my side, I'm stepping into the light. Joy, let it move you. Oh, let it move you. Let it move you. I need that joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart to stay. I need that joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
Woo-hoo. We're gonna do another one. You ready for another one? Okay, here we go. We got you up. You're on.
Give it to us, Austin. Get those hands going. You're the feeling I cannot deny. You're the fire that makes me come alive. It's a love that I can't hide. It's burning deep inside. Wherever I go, wherever I go. Come on! I got this good feeling, kicking me out of my chair, dancing like I don't care. I got that good feeling, shouting out 'cause I can't contain it. I got to tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, yeah, yeah. You're the sun that's lighting up the sky.
The sky.
You're the thunder waking up the night.
The night.
The sound of living true is the beat that makes me move wherever I go.
Wherever I go.
Wherever I go.
Wherever
Come
I
on.
go.
I got that good feeling, kicking me out of my chair, dancing like I don't care. I got that good feeling, shouting out 'cause I can't contain it. I got to tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, gotta tell somebody. I got to tell somebody, yeah. Gotta tell somebody, gotta tell somebody, yeah, yeah. Oh, screaming from the rooftops, I won't stop Good morning.
Good morning, Riverside. We at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, Gabrielino, Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseños peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly on this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence. To live better as Great Spirit intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So again, good morning and welcome. I am Jeannie Kataoka, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here. I'm honored to be your host today. Reverend Jeffrey the script says he has the weekend off, which is true enough, but he's on sabbatical. We won't see, well, he will be here for the 80s dance party next Saturday, but then we won't see him until the middle of September. So all of us who will be hosting are honored to do so, and we know that he will find his sabbatical restful and rejuvenating. So I want to say hi, a shout out to those calling in, or well, on our Facebook page. That's Mom and Dad, known to us as Karen and Keith Masakatani, Victoria Ross, which probably includes Marty, and Maria Sneed. So welcome to them this morning. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. I want to remind everyone in the sanctuary to put your phones on silent so our time together is interrupted. We know that God may call you, but you know, there's no time in spirit, so if you make spirit wait, it's fine. So today is the first Sunday of the month. So if you were born in June, please stand so we can honor you. Yay, Franny! So we have one of our guest speakers, Reverend Veronica, and our beloved Franny, one of our retired practitioners. So do we sing happy birthday right now? Okay, because then we do anniversaries.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody in June. Happy birthday to you. Yay.
So is anybody celebrating an anniversary this month? Would you please stand? Oh, we got the String Fellows. We got James. We got Veronica. We got Mike. Okay, so who do you think's been married the longest? Probably the String Fellows. How long? How long, Bill? This is always tricky for the guys. 5'5"? Okay, great.
55.
Yeah. Mike and I, it's 47 for us this year. And Reverend Veronica, 14. That's good. And James. Whoa, okay. Wow. Yeah, we all bow down to you. Great. So congratulations to all our lovebirds. Oh, okay.
Happy birthday.
He was helping out front, so he came in a little bit late. So happy birthday, James. So now let's get everyone up and moving to some more music.
All right.
Rising up beyond the hush, yeah.
the voice in us, rising up beyond the hush. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We feel it.
We feel it.
We feel it.
Reveal it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We see it. Believe it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We feel it.
We feel it.
We feel it.
Believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We see it. Believe it. It's spirit. We see it. Believe it. It's spirit. We see it. Believe it. It's spirit.
Good morning. I'm Allison Berry, one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Practitioner Constance Stringfellow and I will be available for prayer after service in the prayer room that's located in the lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We want to pray with you, we would love to pray with you, and we know absolutely that prayer works. Now please allow this music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the one, wait upon the one. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the one, wait upon the one. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the one, wait upon the one. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the one, wait upon the one. I will make a quiet place. I will make a
So let's join together in consciousness. If it's comfortable for you, close your eyes and settle in. Feel and sense that we are in a very safe space, grounded and anchored in unconditional love. That enduring spiritual truth of all life is that there is only one divine energy, one light, one presence, one power, one infinite love intelligence that moves, lives, and has its being in all, as all, and through all. It is a presence that is pure, deep agape love. It is a presence that is that perfect peace that transcends all human understanding. It is light and joy, unspeakable joy, perfection and wholeness, grace, beauty, opulent supply, limitless and boundless in its nature. For Spirit, God, is everywhere present, ever available, pure potentiality. And it is the presence and a power of good. And because I do know there's only one, I know absolutely that I'm inseparably one with the one, a radiant expression of pure spirit. And that's the same truth that I know for and about each and every person within the sound of my voice. We are God expressing. We are points of God, consciousness and awareness at one with all the attributes of spirit, uniquely fashioned and formed of God's stuff. And so as we come together this morning, we are keenly aware of who and what we truly are, expressions of the Most High God. And I'm knowing absolutely that as this Sunday gathering unfolds, it is in perfect and right and divine order, that we are absolutely here by divine appointment, open and receptive to all the truth and wisdom and joy and beauty and grace that is expressed this morning through the words, through prayers, through the amazing music, and just from our beautiful connection with one another. We are in community, and how blessed we are. So I do know absolutely that something magnificent unfolds this day for each and every one of us, perfect and right for each and every one of us, and that transformation and healing has already taken place. So I lovingly let all of this be so, and together we say, and so it is.
Staring down the face of fear, gotta keep breathing. When negative is all you hear, gotta keep believing. 'Cause in the dark there is a
hope alive. I am a warrior. You'll never stop me. I'm a warrior. When I fall down, I get stronger. You'll never stop me. I'm a warrior. When I fall down, I get stronger. Faith is my shield and love is the armor. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. Oh, make me a warrior. I will keep the hope alive. I will find the strength inside. I will find the hope alive. A warrior.
Thank you, band. You always hit it out of the park. Let's come together in consciousness for a moment and say our focus statement together. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. This morning we are blessed with not one, but two speakers. And one is very special because she was, for those of us who've been here more than a minute, a very dear friend of Reverend Lee, our former senior minister, and that would be Reverend Veronica. She's been a science of mind practitioner since 2003 and became a licensed minister in October of 2020. She completed her master's degree in spiritual consciousness from the Holmes Institute of Consciousness Studies in 2021. She is a staff minister at Namaste Center for Spiritual Living in Long Beach, California, my hometown. Veronica is a strong believer in the power of prayer, and she loves praying with people and seeing the results of prayer manifest as life itself. Veronica has been sober for the past 26 years and takes life on one day at a time. She also is very proud of becoming a registered nurse 14 years ago at the age of 44. So now you can figure out how old she is. She served as the charge nurse on the COVID unit in 2020 and 2021. It was the most challenging time that Veronica has faced on her Science of Mind journey. She could not have made it without her meditation practice and many spiritual tools she's picked up along the way. Her favorite things to do are pray, meditate, snow ski, and laugh with her friends and family. Veronica's motto, when you can see God in everyone and everything, life becomes magical. And our other speaker this morning is Jesse Keeler. Jesse is a ministerial intern, and he is licensed to pray through the Centers for Spiritual Living. He's completed his practitioner studies in 2020 and is currently a member of Namaste CSL in Long Beach. Jesse serves the community in a variety of ways, including facilitating a weekly morning spiritual practice call, providing prayer, knowing the divine wholeness of individual congregants, in addition to spiritual coaching for his clients. He believes in the oneness of all creation and the vital importance of caring for our earth. Yay! Since 2018, he has led the Order of the Sacred Earth Orange County, which promotes developing personal connection with our earth through spiritual practices to become the best lovers and protectors of the planet that we can be. In the fall of 2022, he started ministerial studies at the Center for Spiritual Living and is taking this new path of his spiritual journey one course at a time. Jesse loves exploring his relationship with the world and his place in the cosmos. He is fascinated by how thought shapes the way a person experiences life. You can read some of his musings on his blog, growingedgebeing.com. That's growingedgebeing.com. We might be able to put that on the website. So please join me in giving a warm Riverside welcome to Reverend Veronica and practitioner Jesse.
Good morning, everyone. So glad to be here. I'm going to hand off to Jesse. We're going to tag team today, but we are so blessed to be here. Thank you.
And I'm just setting up the timer here so that we don't go over too much. Thank you very much for inviting myself and Reverend Veronica to spend summer with you. It's a great honor to step in and fill in for Rev Jeff, and I know that's a tall order. This summer, we're going to be exploring the 15 commitments of conscious leadership. Who here has gotten the book and maybe looking at it? All right. I see a couple hands go up. This is an awesome book, and I was really excited to read it. I was really impressed with it. And you might be saying, like, I'm not a leader. Why are we reading about leadership? We're all leaders. Wherever you stand, wherever you're coming from, step into your leadership. And that's what this is about. Because as each of us steps into our leadership, from wherever we are, from whoever we are, we can uplift not only ourselves but our community and bring this message of love out into the world. So, Jocelyn, do you have that first commitment up? All right. So today we're going to be talking about taking radical responsibility. Commitment number one, and don't worry, we're going to come back to this at the end. So I just want you to pay attention for a moment. I commit to taking full responsibility for the circumstances of my life and for my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. I commit to supporting others to take full responsibility for their lives. Just take that in. We'll come back to it in a little. Reverend Veronica,
Yes.
anything you'd like to say? Come on.
Come on up. I'm ready. Well, first of all, that is a powerful, powerful commitment. It really creates freedom, is what it does, is what I see it as creating freedom in our life. How about you?
Absolutely. You know, the idea of taking responsibility, when I was, or when I'm in my victim consciousness, because even though I'm working my way out of that, it still shows up in different parts of my life. Mm-hmm. Responsibility just felt like a weight, like something heavy on my shoulders.
Right.
And when I came into this teaching, what I realized is I have to take responsibility for myself to progress, and it's something that this teaching requires all of us to do.
Yes. Sometimes we think of responsibility kind of like our chores, right? Everybody remember their parents saying, okay, did you do your responsibilities? You know, it feels like a weight. So
taking out the trash.
Right, taking out the trash. That was your gig. I had to do the dishes. So we feel like there's a resistance to it because we have that, you know, that mindset from the past about what responsibility is. But it's actually quite the opposite.
And I'm just going to unpack that word responsibility a little bit. You ready for that? So just thinking about that word responsibility and stepping outside of the weight of it, just let's put that aside for a moment. What has come to me is to be the ability to respond. So as I take on personal responsibility for my life, for what comes out of my mouth, for the actions in my life, I become more able to respond within the circumstances of my life.
Yes. And I want to remind us, I'm sure Reverend Jeff spoke about this last week, about above the line and below the line. And so we're talking about above the line responses, and being in victim and blame would be below the line responses. And our mind wants to say better, worse. We're human. So these are options, you know, that as a human being that we have to choose from. And so sometimes we are above the line and we can stay conscious and aware, and sometimes we go below the line into blame and victim consciousness. So I don't want it to come from a place of perfection, for any recovering perfectionists out there. We can just know that it's a journey, and some days are better than others.
Just someone recently said to me, some days, you wake up and you're maybe at like 50, 60% of who you can be, and that's really like you're 100% for that day.
For the day.
For the day, yeah.
Yeah, and honoring that that's who you are today, and the next moment could be different, right? The next moment. Yeah. So a little bit about, also a reminder about the core teachings of this book is remembering the to-me consciousness, where external things are responsible for my happiness or my unhappiness. So that's the to-me consciousness. Then there's the by-me consciousness, where I'm creating with, I'm choosing curiosity and learning opposed to defensiveness or being right. That's the by-me consciousness. And the through-me consciousness is that I'm co-creating through me together. We're co-creating together. And then the as-me is creating from a place of oneness, where oneness as a direct experience. And not many are at the place to create from the as-me, because you are in direct experience and living from that place. That's ultimately our goal, and these are steps towards it.
So to get above the line.
To stay above the line. So
to allow Spirit to work through us, as us.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So to me is victim consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
By me is kind of that manifestation, like
Right.
the green lights and the parking spaces.
Parking spaces, yep.
Most people are familiar with that in here.
I like parking space.
Yeah,
good
how many
parking
of us
spaces.
came into the teaching with that? So taking it to the next level, and really this idea of being responsible, taking on personal responsibility is what allows us to go deeper.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Rev Veronica that I was recently asked to be on a hiring committee at my job, and during the interview process, I realized I'm making these judgments. I'm thinking, what's this thing about pronouns, and are they gender appropriate? And I'm just having this little chatter go on in the back of my head. And I realized the very reason they had asked me to be on this committee is because I would be aware of that chatter and not pass a judgment based on that chatter I have in my head. So my ability to be able to respond and to listen to myself, to listen to that chatter, allows me to be more fully present and engaged in my life.
That's a beautiful example of taking responsibility for the chatter without, because we can go into blame too, right? We can go into blame and shame, and why did I think that, and I should, blame is really a powerful tool that we sometimes use, and it's fueled by fear. It's fueled by fear. When we think something is happening in this world that shouldn't be happening, whether it's you're running late and you're getting all the red lights, and that shouldn't be happening, or whatever. If you think about something in your life right now that shouldn't, you think, that shouldn't be that way. That's where we set ourselves up for fear, because as soon as the body thinks something's wrong, our fight or flight engages in the body. We go into fear, and when we're in fear, we want to find who's the cause of it. And so we blame situations, we blame people, we blame life itself sometimes, and most importantly, we blame ourselves. We use blame against ourselves, because when we go into fear, maybe some of you, the way that we're brought up, we had a hard parent or somebody who always said, you should know better than that, you should have done better than that, it wasn't perfect. So then we internalize that and blame ourselves. And we forget that we are made in the image and likeness of God, because we are made in the image and likeness of God, but sometimes we forget. And so when it comes to taking responsibility, there's a space in life where we can go with no blame. Where can we find the place within us where there's no blame. Just sit with that for a minute. If you could think of a circumstance, just pick one in your life right now where maybe perhaps you've been blaming the circumstances or a person or a situation, and you think about that, and what if you thought about that and you were able to remove the blame and just sit with that situation with no blame?
Veronica, I had a question.
Yes.
Because this came up, because in our teaching we also talk about accepting things the way they are and the way they're not.
Mm-hmm.
How does that idea of, what does that really mean to accept it? To take, how do I stand in responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
accept something that I don't think is right, that isn't serving people, that isn't good for people?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to accept that?
Yeah, that's a really big question, because there is a lot going on in this world, right? And we think that acceptance means that I agree, and that if I'm taking responsibility for something, that I agree with it. But that's not what we're saying. We can take responsibility and accept something just the way it is, and just the way it is not, as Jesse said. And it doesn't mean I agree with it. As a matter of fact, it can mean I absolutely disagree with it. But this is what is. I could see her face. Loving what is. Thank you. Yes, loving what is. And what is in, why, I love this question. I think it's Teknaham. Why are you arguing with reality? It's already so. It already is. So the question is, what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do about it? Well, I think the first is just take a breath, right? Like, whoa, that's a lot. Whatever it might be going on, you take a breath. And how can I get curious about what's going on so I can bring myself to a level of acceptance? Okay, this is the way it is. I might not like it, but I'm not going to argue with reality. This takes a lot of my energy. And so then we move from the acceptance to being responsible, like, okay, this is how it is. And as much as I want to blame, like Jesse's just stepped on my toe, right? It's his fault. I'm in pain. So instead of blaming, what happened is that my toe got stepped on. I'm in pain, but if I can not blame you, even though it occurred. The blame is the fear, the toxic energy. This is what's so. He stepped on my foot.
So I can have the experience. I can feel the pain of the experience, but I don't have to blame anything else, because that's a distraction from the experience that I'm having.
Right.
And that's taking me out of the moment. And it's disempowering me in a sense.
Yes, because when we blame, we give our power away. Because then someone else or something else is in control of our happiness. And who wants that?
So, Veronica, when we were talking about responsibility, we talked about turning to Ernest Holmes and seeing what he had to say about responsibility. And what we both discovered is, at least in what we could find, that Ernest Holmes did not ever directly tell us to be personally responsible. Right? He's implicit in the teaching. It's just kind of in the teaching that you're going to take responsibility. And what he was saying, though, that when we connect with Spirit, when we connect with Source, the responsibility for the healing, we let go. We let God. Can I read a
Yes,
question?
yes.
So this is from this thing called You. Chapter 9. Lift the load of personal responsibility by transferring it to the law of perfect action. No matter what confronts you, what obstructions appear, or what undesirable situations exist in your experience, this law can dissolve them. So this is really about creating this awareness and allowing Spirit to do the work. It doesn't mean that I'm not taking action. It's not that I'm just sitting back and letting things happen to me, because that would be playing the victim again.
Right.
But it's creating that open channel, that open doorway to allowing Spirit to work through me as me.
Yes, and once again, we're not talking about perfection here because, I'll be honest, sometimes being a victim, I just sit in that, I just sit there and like, yep, they did that to me. I'll stew in it for a little while, right? But there comes a point, that does not bring me happiness. That does not bring me freedom. That does not bring me the connection with God that I'm seeking. So how, if in my spiritual practice, that is my goal, to be in close conscious awareness of God in my life. So if that means, okay, I have to let go of this victim, what can I replace it with? How can I let go of that? And it's just being responsible about our lives and saying, okay, I don't appreciate what's happening, and I'm not going to blame anyone. And that leaves an open field. Can you feel that? When you take that off, blame, it leaves this open, canvas to create.
Should we come back to seeing if anybody's ready to take this radical responsibility, make the commitment?
Yeah, I just wanted to read a couple of quotes from the book because I really appreciated these. What if there was no way the world should or shouldn't be? What if the world just shows up the way the world shows up? What if the great opportunity of life isn't in trying to get the world to be a certain way, but rather in learning from whatever the world gives us? That's the being curious. Because I know that we all are guilty of should, because that's what we're taught from our conditioning about how the world should be and how someone should be and how my spouse should be and how my kids should be. There's a lot of shoulds. And when they don't measure up, whoever they are, it causes me to be unhappy and me to resist what is so.
So don't be shoulding on yourself.
Do not be shooting on yourself. I say that very carefully. And lastly, from the book as well, from the 15 conscious agreements, what if what happens is not a neutral experience, but rather a custom-ordered curriculum for our highest development as people on this earth? Custom-ordered by who? For our highest learning and our highest unfoldment and our pulling from us our ability to love something that we don't want to.
I can tell they're loving it over here. They're getting some real joy out of that, yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right.
So can you feel it? Can you feel what's pulling from you to rise to higher ground, to that above the line consciousness of responsibility? Yes. So we read it again, and then we'll go into prayer.
Okay. You ready for this? For the commitment? All right. Do you want to put, if you're so inclined. No, you don't. This is a commitment. So unless you're ready to take this commitment, you can just sit silent and listen to other people. But I encourage you to step up to this. And if you'd like to really deepen this practice, put your hand on your heart or take a prayerful position here. And let's read this together. I commit to taking full responsibility for the circumstances of my life and for my physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. I commit to supporting others to take full responsibility for their lives.
Yes, and so it is. And so it is. Let's go into prayer. Taking a deep breath in and releasing it all. And just connecting that source that resides everywhere in its entirety. And knowing that that source resides within each and every one of us right here and right now. Just feeling it from the tips of your toes all the way up your legs, all the way up your torso, all the way, filling each and every one of your cells. Ah, yes. Welcome home. And knowing that from this place of love, from this place of peace, from this place of joy and acceptance, I do now declare that wholeness is the order of the day. Wholeness. That as I am whole, I know and accept that all are whole in mind, in body. Yes, feeling that through in and as each and every one of us right now. There is no place for anything other than God to be operating in and as our life right now. I accept this. I accept this. And for anyone who may be having a hardship in life right now, I accept the grace of God operating right now in, as, and through the hardship and through and as the person, any person experiencing it. I accept the grace of God right now. And as we tune in to the love of God, that means the love of self. That means the love of self. I'm feeling that love of self right here as the truth of the moment. I feel it, I download it, I accept it, and I release it out into the world knowing that it will come back to me tenfold. Yes, indeed. As I share my love with the world, I receive more love. Amen to that. So as we all take a collective breath together, slowly letting it out, releasing it all into the universe that only says yes, we all say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. We look forward to sharing the summer with you, and thank you for having us as a guest.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You.
Thank you, Riverside.
Thank you.
Until you stop breathing, until you stop bleeding, until your heart stops kick drum beating. When it's hard times, when it's long days, negativity is right up in your face. When your back's against the ropes and you're feeling all alone, keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine. 'Cause I'm never gonna leave you, always gonna see it through to the other side. Keep fighting the good, fighting the good, fighting the good fight, good fight. Even in the roadblocks, even through the rough spots, when you feel, when you're giving all you got, with you the next step, giving you the next breath, I'll be the voice saying you're gonna make it. When you're out there on your own, you are never alone. Keep fighting the good fight.
Never give up, never give
Keep
up.
letting your light shine.
Holding it high as long as you
'Cause
live.
I'm never gonna leave you, always gonna see you through to the other side. Keep fighting the good, fighting the good, fighting the good fight, good fight. Keep on singing, keep on dancing. The joy will be your banner, and my love will be your anthem. And you may never know what your tomorrow holds, but you can know I'm holding your tomorrow. Keep fighting the good fight. Keep letting your light shine. Keep letting the good fight.
Never give up, never give
Keep
up.
letting your light shine.
Holding it high as long as you
'Cause I'm
live.
never gonna leave you, always gonna see you through
Thank you, band. Thank you, Reverend Veronica and practitioner Jesse. I'd like to invite our beloveds in service to come forward. Collecting this morning on behalf of the congregation are Cindy Lambert and Frank Conley, and receiving on behalf of the congregation is practitioner Constance Stringfellow. Your conscious contributions to this center allow us to continue all of our wonderful work. One of the easiest ways to give is via text to give. Just send a text to 951-419-5858 with the amount that you wish to contribute. You can also go to our website, riversidecsl.org, and click on the link in the upper right-hand corner under the tab Contribute. For those in the sanctuary, you can do it in a more traditional way and place your contributions in the baskets as they come around. We are also so grateful for your ongoing generosity. Please place whatever you are giving over your heart, or you can use your phone if you're texting to give, as we say this affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is. And we have some announcements today. First of all, there we go. Roads to Truth starts today, and I believe that's being taught by our wonderful practitioner, Dinah Williams. So sign up today, although you will have missed the first reading assignment from what she said yesterday, but I'm sure she'll cut you some slack. So we also have chair yoga today. That's with James Woods. And then next Saturday, we have the 80s dance party. That's going to be with our We Love Jubel and Marie Tree, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you know how fabulous they are together.
Need tickets, please, sign up, and all the money's going to the center, and we're raising money for the music department and the music program. So please come and dance the night away with us.
What we discovered, in thinking about what we might wear, that Mike will just be wearing whatever, the way you always see him, because he has not changed his design.
Mike is wearing leg warmers. Yes.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get him some of those.
Okay.
Yeah, he has not changed his design aesthetic since the 80s. So. Visiting for our new home, as you've probably seen the for sale sign out front. We voted by a vast majority to move our home. So something that we can afford. So please look into that. You don't even have to know how to do it. It will help you. The village is now open. Today was the first day. Yay! Thank you to practitioners Dinah and Amber. And I know Roxanne was in there helping them as well. Let's see what else. Animal Memorial, right? Yes, that's me. This will be, oh gosh, I've been doing these for about 7 years now. I think that may say it's in person and online. It's not, it's only on Zoom. So please come out. I haven't had a chance to promote it much this time because I was finishing up my doctorate in humane spiritual studies. So if you have friends or relatives that might give them a little boost and help them with their grief over their darling pets, please tell them about this offering that we have. And now we're going to have to wait for Frank to come up, as we always do, because he wants to make an announcement. He never has, okay, I'll go up there and stand while Jeannie's still talking so we don't have to wait and she doesn't have to kill time. Wake up!
Wake up.
Isn't Jeannie wonderful? Wake up! There you go. There you go. Hey, I just want to take a few minutes to, before I start though, for all the men who had anything to do with the picnic last week, would you please join me center and front? Oh, that's the military term. Get up and come up front. Come on. Just here. That's right. I just want everyone to know I couldn't have done this by myself, nor would I have wanted to. All right, so in order to do what we do, the picnic as well as the fish fry, these are the core gentlemen that help us put it all together, that does this. So I just needed your help, congregation and family, to help me celebrate these guys. Before we start, I just wanted to name the cooks. The cooks were James Jones, and would you raise your hand so they can see the cooks? Stuart. Stuart's in the back there. Stuart was a cook. And Mike was a cook and a server and everything else. We have to multitask in our group because we only have 3 or 4 people that do everything. So the servers were Mike served. Mike was the server. Chester where's Chester? He's not here. Chester was a server. Yours truly was a server, as best I could. We had setup people to help us set up the tables and all this kind of stuff. And I really want to say thank you to Ray and to Stuart, who basically set up his own stuff. Stuart comes self-contained. And we love you for that, Stuart. Chris and Ken. Ken's not here, but Ken was our runner. I couldn't get up and down those hills like I used to because I'm 80-some years young. And so when we needed something out the kitchen, Ken would run up to the and get it for us. So it's good to have a runner in your group. Whatever kind of group you have a runner. And so at this time, I'd just like to ask you to help me. Oh, by the way, to all of you who attended the picnic, would you please stand up and give yourself a hand, please? Let us applaud you. Now, while I got you in a good mood, applaud these gentlemen up here, if you would, okay? Thank you for coming. Thank you for making it a success, and look forward to the fish fry around the end of September. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Frank and picnic crew. One of the things I have grown to really appreciate about the picnic and the fish fry is that Frank makes sure we have vegan options. So that's pretty wonderful. And we have several people that request those. So it's not just me and Mike. So. Please stand for the affirmation and benediction. I'll say it and then we can say it together. I take full responsibility for my life. I take full responsibility for my life. Thank you. Now, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Oh, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, share it, receive it. And I move it forward because love lives here. Love lives here.
Sing with us, you got it. Something wonderful is happening in me right now.
It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it.
And I move it forward because love lives here.
Love lives here. Love lives here.
Have a great Sunday. We love you all. Go get some snacks and some coffee. When the world gets you